Hello again, VC. Dan here. Welcome back to Vinyl Fury. A few more records to show that I've purchased over the last few months. Finally catching up with these vinyl updates. A couple of new releases that are actually not very new anymore that I picked up a while back. The new Flying Lotus record, You're Dead, which is pretty fantastic. As you can see, the artwork is really intricate and kind of far out, but really cool. And it's all over the record. This nice gatefold here. Well, I mean, it's not that nice actually. If you really look at the graphics, it's pretty grim actually. It's a 2-record set. Each record has a printed inner sleeve. There's artwork for every song on here. And when I bought it, the record store actually had postcards with these on there, and I picked the one for Dead Man's Tetris, which is pretty neat. Here's the other inner sleeve. Some of this stuff is pretty graphic, actually. Nice vinyl pressing, and hopefully you can see that there's a pretty normal amount of dead wax space here on this side. On the other side, there's a whole bunch. It's like that on both records. And it seems to me that it's sequenced in such a way that the longer sides are the more hip-hop, electronic-driven stuff. And the shorter sides are the more jazz-oriented tracks, which was pretty cool to me. A lot of great music on here. I really need to listen to this record again. Definitely check it out if you're into... I mean, Flying Lotus is pretty popular now, but if you haven't heard it, it's a mixture of electronic, ambient, hip-hop, jazz. It's a lot of stuff, but it's really good. A lot of great guests on this record, too. I did pick up the new Weezer album, Everything Will Be Alright in the End, which... I had heard before it came out that it was much more like the earlier Weezer stuff, which I was excited about because really the last few records just did not connect with me at all. It just didn't really seem like the same band anymore. But this record really does harken back to a time when Weezer was really great. There are some really great songs on this record. It's really good to hear the Weezer that I really like again. I'm glad they still have that in them. I got this for like $20 on Amazon. The vinyl sounds like a modern vinyl pressing. It doesn't really sound like it was tweaked too much for vinyl, but that still sounds pretty decent on wax, and definitely a much better record than they put out in a long time. So grateful for that. This I got quite a while ago, sometime over the summer, July, something like that. It's a reissue of a record that I was hoping to get and was not really easy to find. It's a split with Small Brown Bike and the Casket Lottery. And I came to know these bands because of the supergroup that came out of this collaboration called Abel Baker Fox. That's one of my favorite bands in the last decade. It started with this. A couple members from each group came together for that band. This is a 6-song EP. Each song has a collaboration between the two. One band doing the music, the other doing the vocals. And there's a cover of Under Pressure by David Bowie and Queen, which is pretty cool. There's some great tunes on here. It was nice to get this on vinyl. Reissued very recently by Run for Cover Records. It's on a few colors, and I got the black version, 180 gram black. So really cool to finally get this in the collection. And Shop Radiocast, they got me again. They put out one of my favorite records that has never been on vinyl, which was really cool to finally see happen. This is the second album from Finch called Say Hello to Sunshine. It was released in 2005. never saw a vinyl release, and people have been asking for it for a while, and Shop Radiocast SRC vinyl, of course, would be the ones to do it. I love the artwork of this record. I always have. A really nice inner gatefold there. Also comes with a fold-out insert with the lyrics on the other side. It is a double LP on 2 different colors. I got the yellow marble variant, which I think is really cool looking. Definitely matches the artwork. And the other one is kind of a bluish gray. It's supposed to match the clouds. I believe there were 1,000 in total of these, 500 on each color. As has been typical of SRC lately, it's fairly pricey. I think it was around $30. Which, what are you going to do? I really wanted to have this on vinyl. I'm pretty pleased with the final product. Again, love this record. It's definitely heavier, a bit darker than their debut, which was much more like alternative, almost pop punk. Not really. It kind of got molded in with the Drive-Thru Records bands at the time. This is definitely leaning more towards a post-hardcore sound. Which leads me to the last record, which is another new one, which is pretty cool to say. This is the 3rd album from Finch, called Back to Oblivion, which was just released a couple of months ago. So they had broken up after Say Hello to Sunshine for a while, got back together, did a tour, recorded an EP, and were working on a 3rd album when they broke up again in 2010. But they went on tour to celebrate the 10-year anniversary of their first album, What It Is to Burn. The tour went really well, and they decided to do another record. So that's what this is. There's the gatefold, inner sleeve. Pretty decent album. Several songs are among my favorites of all of theirs. A couple songs are a little weak to me. But overall, definitely glad that they're back together and are putting out new material. They've been one of my favorite bands for a long time, and I was really looking forward to a 3rd album, so I'm glad that it finally materialized. Cool to have it on vinyl, of course. Sounds pretty good. The album it sounds like there's more than one person either mixing or mastering it, because several songs sound quite different from each other. Different EQ, some sound a little thinner. It's strange. It doesn't sound uniform across the album. But regardless, I love that there's a new Finch album and that it's in my vinyl collection. Okay, that nearly catches us up on vinyl updates. There's a few more that I haven't listened to yet, and a couple records that were sent to me by bands in order to have them featured on my blog and to be shown here, and I want to give them the proper attention, and I'm going to do that after the new year. So until then, thanks for watching, happy holidays, take care, and enjoy your music.